our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. As we close into the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. Look at New Orleans. It's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away.
Well, I think for New Orleans, they have clear goals in this final month. Time to secure a spot in the play-in because that's their ticket into the playoffs.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Jones and Williamson in at the forward positions. DeJounte Murray is out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle. And for New York, they've got Hart. Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. Hurtling down the home stretch of this season, Greg, what do you make of potential first-round series in this postseason?
Well, there's certainly some matchups that I think plenty of fans would love to see. But we still have a bit of time for things to kind of fall into place. That's what makes this time of year so exciting.
Here's Brunson. And the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. Bridges finds Anunoby. Some nice passing by New York here. Brunson with a clean look. And the 3 off target. New Orleans with the ball. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
So it's the Knicks now. And the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. Pass to Bridges. Brunson outside. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. Jordan with the rebound.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 5.
That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. To halt the run, buries it from three-point range.
Boy, the ability to stop on the dime and rise and fire Jalen Brunson, that is outstanding.
Well, if we look back at when things began to shift for the Knicks, Doris, it started with Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think certainly, Kevin, he is exactly the kind of leader you would want. Is he highly skilled? Of course he is. But he's about the work every day, and he sets the tone for his team.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan.
Josh Hart hammering it down. That's a message right there.
Here's Murray. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. From outside the arc, knocks down the 3-ball.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. We talked about how to play defense against DeJounte Murray. Coach said, well, DeJounte has made it no secret he plays better with the ball in his hands. So obviously, we want to force him to give it up and act as more of a shooter whenever we can. That's easier said than done, but even if it happens a few times, that can change the game. Back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Count that one.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
The Pelicans leading. Murray for 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. The Pelicans making a switch here. Queens checked in. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for OG Anunoby.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Brunson finds Towns. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working to get inside and getting good shots from close range.
Williamson, the pass to Queen, and finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
So it's the Knicks now, following the score by New Orleans. Anunoby has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
And so it's New Orleans with it. And Doris, you see the talent on this Knicks squad, but there's always been questions about the intangibles they possess.
What's fascinating, Kevin, is this team built slowly and methodically and with great patience. And then they took a couple of big swings. It doesn't result in a championship, and now you evaluate everything.
Bucket is good. Brunson's got 5 now.
This is something you're seeing evolve with Mikal Bridges, expanding his playmaking abilities.
New Orleans has gone 4-6 from long range here early on. Sinks the triple.
A guy like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. It's a 5-point game. Anunoby finds Bridges from 12 feet out. Pelicans with the rebound. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
You know what? At the end of the day, it wasn't as close as it should have been. There were lapses all night that led to the deficit they couldn't overcome.
There's a minute left in the first quarter. Pass to Brunson. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Boy, what a quarter he's had. Go ahead, young sir. Keep the pressure on.
Pelicans leading by 5. Williamson, the pass to Queen. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. He has 6.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
New York's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And here's Brunson outside. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. And here's New Orleans now. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Queen gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Out to Bridges. Hart outside. Anunoby with it. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And that one, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Williamson. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Clarkson is out there with Jose Alvarado. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Towns. And it's Shamet in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group. New York will start the second round. Here's Clarkson. And stolen by Fears. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Going up strong through the contact. Bay getting it done.
Knicks trail by 12. Outside, Towns. To the inside, Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
The athleticism of Mitchell Robinson is something to behold.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected cam. Hey, gets the bucket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Knicks shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. New Orleans leading by 10. Here's Fears. And the layup's good off the glass. Fears has got his second bucket of the night.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. So Greg, talking about Jeremiah Fears for a second here. Both he and his brother, Jeremy Jr., play college basketball at the same time during the 24-25 season.
Clearly, this sport runs in their family. Jeremiah's fearlessness and competitive spirit have made him an enticing prospect, and I'm sure the tests he owes that, at least partially, to Jeremy.
And New York making a change here. Brunson's checked in. Zion Williamson's checked in for the Pelicans. Here's Brunson, just 4 to shoot. Brunson with another miss.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Williamson with the bucket.
And this team encourages Zion to be assertive inside. They know how skilled and overpowering he can be.
Knicks trail by 14. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one. So it's the Pelicans now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Zion Williamson is one of the most gifted athletes this game has ever seen, but now he's taken his commitment to conditioning to another level. He said, I definitely see the difference. I'm feeling like I don't exert as much energy to get to a certain speed. My movements are swifter. Guys, back to you.
A scary thought. Okay, Allie, thanks. Knicks have gone 4 of 6 in the field here in the second. Towns a screen on Murray. Brunson adds a 2-pointer, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Consistency as a jump shooter. Jalen Brunson with that quick, compact release.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Bay in the post. He's covered by Shannon. Bay, no good. Clarkson outside. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Pelicans leading by 10. For 3, Murray hands it from downtown. Murray's got 9.
And look at Murray's mechanics, making that corner 3 look easy.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. They defeated the Wizards in their last one.
Yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
You know, DB, I heard some NBA officials talking about having a feel for the game and then drawing a line between playing aggressive and playing rough. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, Kev, this is so fascinating to me because we've seen a reversion back to a little bit more of a physical game. But without some definitive guidelines, it makes the officials' job harder.
And there's the drive. And there's Fears. That's good on the assist by Murray. 10 points for Jeremiah Fears.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Towns throws it down.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
Pelicans leading by 13. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. Taking a look at New York. Right now, they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs.
Well, I think for New York, they're in a good spot as the season winds down. Probably starting to think playoff strategy at this point. Just have to keep themselves above that play-in line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Towns. OG Anunoby comes in for Landry Shamet. And Mikal Bridges up in for Clarkson. Jordan, he's checked in for Bay.
Number 6, DeAndre Jordan.
Jones against Anunoby. Brunson, that's a 2-pointer. New York, no good that time either. New Orleans has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Here's Brunson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jones dishes to Williamson. That one falls. And that's 11 points for Zion Williamson.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Launches it. Oh, Brunson good from range.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Pelicans lead by 18. Now let's check. Hey, we thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Thanks for. It would appear there were some fun games headed our way, guys.
Yeah, I'm all about fun. I had the crew rig up some confetti for later in the show.
Yeah, that was a fun idea. I saw that. And actually, we have a surprise for you.
Yeah, big fella, Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Pelicans.
They've been my...
And that concludes halftime. Now,
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Jones and Williamson in at the forward position. DeJounte Murray is out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And when you watch OG Anunoby, what stands out most to you, Doris?
Oh, Kevin, you can't make me pick just one. I mean, this guy is elite on the defensive end of the floor. He's always going to give you great effort. And you better look out on the offensive end. OG Anunoby is starting to become a problem.
Bridges shot, good.
We know Mikal Bridges is a legit threat from deep, and boy, does he love the corners.
Williamson against Hart. That one goes. Count it. Williamson's got 15.
I'll tell you exactly the start to this half that you're looking for. He's taken 3 shots. He's made 3 shots.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Williamson with the bucket.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And the Pelicans making a change here. Queens checked in. On deep, Brunson makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks chills.
Murray, good. 14 points for DeJounte Murray.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
And here's Brunson outside.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
The 3. Good on the triple. Anunoby's got his second basket of the night.
How about the last 5 made shots have all been 3? The defense is just giving up a lot.
Wide open look here for Murray, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
And Jones has it in the corner. Murray outside. Williamson against Hart. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And every year, Williamson seems to take another leap as a distributor. Great pass on that one.
From deep, Brunson, and another three from New York.
Listen, he's carrying his own weight, there's no doubt, but it is very hard to win a basketball game by yourself.
On the wing, Murray. Brunson covering. Murray, no good. Knicks trail by 16. Here's Anunoby. No good from outside. New Orleans has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Murray, no good. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. The NBA understands its future is electronic. Commissioner Adam Silver said the vast majority of people consume us through media, not in person. Our social media audience is the highest of any league and continuing to grow exponentially. So there's no lack of interest in this game. Guys?
It is a beautiful thing. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, you see teams concede the 3 to Josh Hart at times. This guy's growing more and more confident.
Crosses over. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
I like this throwback approach they're taking, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
And that one's good, Shamet.
Well, you simply have to stay connected to him. His shooting stroke is that pure.
New Orleans leading by 12. Mr. Williamson. And his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor and looking for more.
Well, you can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Drills it from outside.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Pierce's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Clarkson for 3. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bay wide open, and he fires. Drills the 3-pointer. Bay's got 7 points.
Showing the range. How about Bay taking and making his fair share of those triples?
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Pelicans have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And here's Poole for 3. That shot missing. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pelicans ahead, up by 15. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Jose Alvarado. Towns is out there with Clarkson. Then it's Robinson. And it's Kolek in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Well, you want Mitchell Robinson to finish with strength and authority, and he does there.
Here's Murray. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Clarkson. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Well, this is his job, right? Jordan Clarkson is a very capable offensive player.
Murray for three. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Clarkson. That one a tad off line to the right, but drops in for him. Clarkson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Pelicans leading by 11. Murray for three. Again, the miss by Murray.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Bay. And again, New Orleans has no up. And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Knicks. Kolek, good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Kolek has got his first basket.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Williamson's checked in. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us, an update. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what James Drago was going over with his team. He told his guys, let's not waste this advantage. Hold on to it. Stay aggressive. Let's not give up ground. Coach wants to see his team staying strong out there, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that.
Boy, how about that quick three response by Mikal Bridges?
Out to the right wing. To the middle. Here's Messi. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Williamson's got 6 assists here tonight.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
To the paint. And the dunk by Williamson.
And they're just giving it to Zion and letting him go to work. Not a bad game plan, if you ask me.
Bridges for three. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Oh, the slam dunk.
You can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
Buries the alley-oop.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for New York. New Orleans also making some changes. Jordan's checked in for Yves Messi. Jones comes in for Sadiq Bey. And Trey Murphy subbed in for Fears. Murray outside. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Murray surveying the D. The 11-footer. Towns with the rebound. Knicks trail by 11. Bridges. Oh, and wide open, nails the J.
The longer his career grows, the more you see Mikal Bridges put together these scoring outbursts.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Pelicans. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Let's lose a three. Jordan. He parachutes in for the putback.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination so impressive.
Knocks down the three.
Making a huge difference from deep tonight. That was a big-time shot.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more of them before this one's over.
Williamson outside. Clock at 6. Off the glass.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for New Orleans.
their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Zion Williamson.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Murray against Brunson. Here's Williamson. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Well, Hart practically inside this guy's jersey. That's how good that contest was.
Bridges, he drills the three.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
DeJounte Murray at the line. 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
That shuts down any idea of a comeback. That is big time under pressure.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. They foul and stop the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
I mean, there's no doubting they deserved that technical. I'm just not sure it's a good decision to pick it up right now. Well, you love to see the calmness at the line. Didn't faze him at all. Big-time spot, and he makes it easy.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game. Towns fires. The three doesn't go. So New Orleans wins it. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging,
your team.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable.